Hello again. Let me take you back. A little over a decade ago. A mate of mine was really into Poekmon, and this was, at the height of Pokemon's popularity. And I would make fun of him on a regular basis because Pokemon is ridiculous and childish and stupid, and you watch the cartoon and it's all really dumb, and the games are just, catch a Pokemon, fight a Pokemon, catch a Pokemon, fight a Pokemon, Anyway, so one day I'm bored and I decide to find out what all the fuss is about. I download a Game Boy emulator for my PC and a copy of the ROM for one of the Pokemon games. Pokemon Blue, I think it was at the time. I know, naughty, hey, but it comes out good in the end because Nintendo got a lot of my money. Anyway, so I'm playing away on this Pokemon game and I'm getting really into it, and I'm surprised. I am honestly, truly shocked to find myself enjoying this game, because not only had I no respect for Pokemon in general, but I normally don't like playing RPGs, and Pokemon is ostensibly an RPG. And I normally hate those things. I find them tedious and boring and slow, and I can't stand them. I don't play them. But for some reason, Pokemon caught me. Something about that game got its little Pokemon claws into the back of my eyeballs, and I couldn't pull myself away, and before I knew it, I had soaked 5 hours into this emulated Pokemon game on my computer. The very next day I went out and bought myself a Game Boy and a copy of Pokemon Red. So hey, maybe not all emulation and sharing ROMs is bad, because it wound up making me buy not only the hardware but the game. So it wound up I was hopelessly addicted to these games, and I started buying them and playing them, and I sunk literally hundreds and hundreds of hours into these games. I got Pokemon Red, got Pokemon Yellow, got Pokemon Crystal version, got Pokemon Silver version, we got Ruby version, got Emerald version, we got Sapphire, and we got Leaf Green, and Fire Red here somewhere as well, and Pokemon Diamond on the DS. And now they've got Pokemon Platinum coming out. They've just released the first preview videos of it. I'm not going to buy it. I used to be a mad Pokemon fan. I was introduced by my mate, ended up becoming a bigger fan than him, sunk even more hours into the game, and became an even better player than him. It wound up he couldn't beat me in very many one-on-one battles in the end, which kind of annoyed him a little bit, I think, and he's probably going to make a video response to this saying, oh, that wasn't true. But it's true. You could barely beat me with your Mewtwo, you bastard, eh? Eh? But back to my point. I'm tired of it. Look at the preview videos. It looks like the same game over again. And I've bought the same game already a whole bunch of times. Look at this. I mean, they've tweaked it and altered it and upgraded the graphics and threw in a few little new features and all that. But at the core of it, it's the same game, which I don't really have a problem with, because the game is good for a reason. The core gameplay, fine, leave that untouched. But it's time for something new. You've got the Nintendo DS, quite a powerful little machine. It can do more than I expected it to when it first came out, and I've been quite impressed with it. Don't play it nearly as much as I used to, but it's still quite a good little machine. I'm happy I've got one. But this, Pokemon Platinum, look, Pokemon fans all around the world have been begging for years now for a fresh new Pokemon game, not just a slightly upgraded version of the last generation. We're bored of it. At least I am. I mean, you've seen how many games, how much dollars is that I've put in your pockets, Nintendo? We Pokemon fans want something fresh. The main request that I hear from Pokemon fans, Pokemaniacs, if you will, is they want something that looks like Colosseum but plays like a full Pokemon RPG. It had sort of Pokemon Colosseum and all that sort of stuff was a half-assed attempt. Okay, I bought it, barely played it. Looked pretty, had a slight little RPG about it, but it was very, very linear and very, very boring and dull. What we want is something in that sort of 3D world, the new, fresh 3D world. Don't just base the story on the old formula, because all the games have started on exactly the same formula and was being very little different. A few different side quests, different people to meet, but if you're not paying that much close attention, it feels like exactly the same game. And I'm tired of buying exactly the same game. I want to enjoy Pokemon, I really do. I want to buy it again, but I need something really, really fresh. So completely start from scratch as far as the game looks. Give us the Pokemon isometric 3D kind of third-person view. That'd be lovely. It'd work well on the DS, I think. And a completely fresh take on the story. Bring in some brand new writers. Or something. Anything. I want to like Pokemon, and I want to keep spending money on it because it's the only RPG that I've ever actually enjoyed playing. And that's it. That's something special. But I'm not going to be buying this new Pokemon game because I don't want to spend money on the same thing again. Please. So to all you other Pokemaniacs out there, I know there are a few of you left because I still see the gameplay videos floating through YouTube when the new games come out. What do you think? Are you like me? Are you tired of paying for the same game all over again? Are you just aching for something fresh? Catch you next time.